This is my third and final Gundam for Joshua Gundamu's contest. This is Burst Exia. I made him with mostly amazing Exia parts, but I had some Quanta kits that I had, and I'm like, I really want to make this Exia better. Originally I was plan on mixing Exia with 2 Quantas, but for the RG, I like my RG one too much. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna get rid of it. So I had Amazing Exia sitting around. I'm like, okay, I'll use you instead. And he was just better for customizing. In my opinion, they are. Well, let's get started with the first things that I did with it. The start of it is the backpack. It's fine, everything falls down. Now the backpack I did a little differently. Instead of having those little blue pin things, I don't know really what they're called, I added in like the Quanta's sword bits by making squares, I guess, so it can peg in just fine. This one's a little loose though. It likes to pop off a little easy. See, I mainly did that and they just plug right in. And you know, it can do what we've seen in the movie and in the Dynasty Warriors game. They fly off and can be used as main weapons and all. But then I also had those little bit things lying around, so if you, whoops, not what I wanted and intended. You go like that, and I just kind of pretend like they're stored in here and they just fly out when he needs some more blade bits. Sword bits, that was actually what they called them. And show and actually no, they called them fangs, bits, and other things I believe in Gundam below. But as you can see right here, just in the parts like this on each side and the back side, I painted kind of a silver green that I had lying around, and decided to use that because it kind of contrasts well with the rest of the original colors. Now for these swords that are also on the backpack. See if I can pop it up. Yep. I used that same silver green and just painted parts of it. And it looks really nice because you can get that shine, and if you get the lighting just right, the entire model kit can just light up. You can hold these in the hand too, so just go like that. This little peg piece out. Oh, sorry, Exia. Pop that off. Damn it. Didn't mean to lose it. Have it kind of up like this so you can put it in your hand, please. And slide it back down so it stays, and you can still use it as a weapon. So you saw those blades. And with the sword, or gun sword, I didn't really do much with it because I really liked it and it seemed to fit. And it can still do that beam sword thing that can come out of here. And you know, you can cut straight through beams with it. Like other, well, I decided to make this actually a little overpowered too, so. Like this sword, like all the beam sabers on it can cut straight through beams. And this also includes other beam sabers. I got the idea from, I got the idea from, the Mega Shiki. I put the beam sabers that I got on my RG, just like that, and you can just pull them off and use them. And just hold the saber and, oops, dropped it again. And just stick in there, like a normal beam saber, so. Yeah, it's those swords, like the gun sword, you know, just flips open. You can use it as a regular sword. And the other swords that he has are these ones. The clear green is from the Quanta kits I have. I have 2 of them. Where did the other one go now? Ah, here it is in the background. Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you, buddy. I have two of them, and they just go on the tips like that. And these little horn pieces right here, I painted with the same green. And I thought it looked nice, so I did. I also put in, like I said earlier, the Quanta swords. I just really like that clear green that it comes with. See straight through it. You can see Exia's head through here. Looks really nice. These swords can also cut through like sabers and the beams and whatnot. They can't, however, connect like with the like in Quanta, the movie and whatnot. It looked really weird when I did it, but the possibility for it is still there. I just have those sword bits just hanging around, so if you ever want him to use like the Mega Sword or the Buster Sword, I can just connect those back on here, but I prefer leaving these green ones in. They're kind of stuck in there and they take a little bit of elbow grease to remove because I also had other parts glued in here so the sword stays. Didn't really want to glue on the sword just yet. And one of the other things I did is with the shield. Now this looks a little bit different, but you know, one thing that I did was just more of the sword bits I glued onto like these fang pieces, blade parts of the shield. Never fully understood what they was used for, but this can generate a beam charge and you can shoot it off, or use it as a slash attack too. I just don't have any beam effect parts to use that with, so please use your imagination. Also did a green line right through here, if you can see that. The camera's not picking it up too well, especially right here for some reason. Now this part's picking it up. And green right here, and green here and there for the, I'm not really sure, a condenser, I guess this is what it is. But if he also wants to, he can go like this and use it as like just when he shoots it off of his wrist or arm, I can say, not really wrist, and just shoot it off and it'll attack opponents cutting straight through like their defenses, their shields, whatever they have. So he has like a major weapon on each arm, swords that can cut through other swords. And it's really a lot of fun with this exia. I like having it like this sometimes, just stand there. For the main body, I paint this part of the shoulders green. Right here too. On the inner legs. Try to give it more condensers as I could. Same as on the outside legs. And right here, that's about it, what I did. I did it like that, so like the armor would fly off, kind of like burning, whenever that burning Gundam, build burning sword does in the show, but with like similar to what Double O Quanta did in the Double O movie, where it loses all its armor pieces and that burst mode happens, which is partially where I get the name from, Burst Exia. Because it's Trans Am, well, it's Trans Am Burst, just to make things simplified. And it just cuts straight, or not cuts, just kind of make it really, really powerful. A lot stronger than Trans Am Burst. I just don't call it Exia Burst, but that just sounds a little bit funny. It increases movement speed, attack power, you know, stuff like that. Traditional Trans Am stuff. Whoops, sorry, this will slide off. I really like it, especially like it. It just has the one sword and just standing there looking cool. And again, this is Burst Exia, and thank you for watching.